Confession 6. For almost the whole of those 9 years, during which my mind was unsettled and I was an aspirant of the Manichees, I awaited the coming of this man Faustus with the keenest expectation. Other members of the sect, whom I happened to meet, were unable to answer the questions I raised upon these subjects, but they assured me that once Faustus had arrived, I had only to discuss them with him, and he would have no difficulty in giving me a clear explanation of my queries, and any other more difficult problems which I might put forward. At last he arrived. I found him a man of agreeable personality, with a pleasant manner of speech, who pattered off the usual Manichean arguments with a great deal more than the usual charm. But my thirst was not to be satisfied in this way, however precious the cup and however exquisite the man who served it. My ears were already ringing with these tales, and they seemed to me none the better for being better expressed, nor true simply because they were eloquently told. Neither did I think that a pleasant face and a gifted tongue were proof of a wise mind. Those who had given me such assurances about him must have been poor judges. They thought him wise and thoughtful simply because they were charmed by his manner of speech. I have known men of another sort, who look on truth with suspicion and are unwilling to accept it if it is presented in fine, rounded phrases. But in your wonderful secret way, my God, you had already taught me that a statement is not necessarily true because it is wrapped in fine language, or false because it is awkwardly expressed. I believe that it was you who taught me this, because it is the truth, and there is no other teacher of the truth besides yourself, no matter how or where it comes to light. You had already taught me this lesson, and the converse truth, that an assertion is not necessarily true because it is badly expressed, or false because it is finely spoken. I had learnt that wisdom and folly are like different kinds of food. Some are wholesome and others are not, but both can be served equally well on the finest china dish or the meanest earthenware. In just the same way, wisdom and folly can be clothed alike in plain words or the finest flowers of speech. My long and eager expectation of Faustus's arrival was amply rewarded by the way in which he set about the task of disputation and the goodwill that he showed. The ease with which he found the right words to clothe his thoughts delighted me, and I was not the only one to applaud it, though perhaps I did so more than most. But I found it tiresome, when so many people assembled to hear him, not to be allowed to approach him with my difficulties and lay them before him in the friendly give and take of conversation. As soon as the opportunity arose, I and some of my friends claimed his attention at a time when a private discussion would not be inappropriate. I mentioned some of my doubts, but soon discovered that except for a rudimentary knowledge of literature, he had no claims to scholarship. He had read some of Cicero's speeches, 1 or 2 books of Seneca, some poetry, and such books as had been written in good Latin by members of his sect. Besides his daily practice as a speaker, this reading was the basis of his eloquence, which derived extra charm and plausibility from his attractive personality and his ability to make good use of his mental powers. O Lord my God, this is not the truth as I remember it. You are the judge of my conscience, and my heart and my memory lie open before you. The secret hand of your providence guided me then, and you set my abject errors before my eyes, so that I might see them and detest them.